Assalamu alaikum, dear students of class 8th, 9th, sorry. Dear students, in the previous video we discussed the effects of light on plants and we discussed what is the role of light in the plants. Today we will try to understand the effects of light on animals. So animals too are affected by light. When sunlight penetrates protoplasm of animal cells, it causes excitation, activation, ionization, and heating. Ultraviolet rays of the sunlight are known to cause mutational changes in the DNA of various organisms. So, dear students, when the sunlight enters in the protoplasm of animal cells, it heats the cell, it ionizes the cell, and ultimately the ultraviolet rays of the sun they cause the changes in the sequence of DNA that we say the mutational changes occurs as a result of light. So gene mutation, change in the segment of DNA of various organisms occur as a result of the light. Similarly, the metabolic rate of different animals is influenced by light. An increased intensity of light results in the increase of enzyme activity, general metabolic rate, and solubility of salts and minerals in the protoplasm. Solubility of gases, however, decreases at high light intensity. Cave-dwelling animals, for example, are found to be sagacious in their habitats to obtain slow rates of metabolism. So, dear students, the metabolic rate, the metabolic activities that metabolic in reactions that take place in the body of living organisms. So far as enzymatic activity is concerned, it is highly affected by the amount of light that the organism receives. Similarly, the skin pigmentation in animals is uh, dependent on the light. Cave animals lack skin pigments because they always remain in the darkness for a long period. They regain skin pigmentation when they move in the light. So the cave animals, their skin pigmentation is affected. They try to regain the skin pigments again when they move towards the sunlight. It influence the influence of light on the movement of animals. So movement of animals that is called as the photoaxis orientation. It means the change in the position of organ in response to external stimulus that is light. It may be positively phototatic animals such as euglena move towards the source of light, while as negatively phototatic animals such as planaris, earthworms, slugs move away from the source of light. So the movement of animals, the locomotion of the animal is uh, influenced by the light, has effects by the light. That is, suppose some are the positively phototactic animals such as euglena, it moves to the source of light. Some of the animals like earthworms, slugs, that move away from the source of light. So some animals are positively photoactive animals, some are negatively photoactive animals. So dear students, this will affect the light will affect the movement of the animals, where some animals move uh, towards the light, some animals move away from the source of light. Similarly, the light affects biorhythms of animals, photoperiodism, and biological clocks, and that is response of different organisms to environmental rhythms of light and darkness called the photo. So, dear students, birds, light is necessary for the activation of gonads and activity in their annual breeding activity also. So, in case of birds, the light and the affect the sexual organisms. In case of birds, they affect the gonads. Gonads, that means we say the male and the female sexual organisms. When the birds try to mate, when they go for annual breeding activities, the light is mostly affected. Unless and until there is no source of light, their gonads are not activated, and hence it will affect the breeding periods, the breeding seasons in case of birds. So light is very important so far as the breeding activity of the birds is concerned. Light in some cases, e.g. larva of salmon fish, accelerates development, whereas in some cases molluscus larva is retarded it. So in some cases like larva of salmonia fish accelerated development. So unless and until the light is not used by the larvae of salmonia fish, its development does not occurs. So its development occurs as a result of this light. So dear students, these were some of the effects of light on animals. Dear students, stay safe, stay home, stay connected. Uh, Salam.